Brief history of interracial dating, presented by Tinder. While the rise of interracial couples has been directly linked to the rise of online dating, holla, it's only through representation we've learned as a society that we're not as different as we were once told. Though we're now seeing interracial couples throughout pop culture, the media, and our social circles, there's still one place that needs an inclusion makeover: emojis. Without representation, we risk isolation. As time struggles to close the painful gap of when who we loved had legal ramifications, it's important to pay tribute to the brave lovers that stepped forward. By challenging laws and systematic racism that attempted to keep them apart, they paved the way for many of us to live in a world where we can see interracial love every day. A brief look through history shows us that the language of love is universal. Now, it's time for universal language of the digital age to show their faces. And so they have this bunch of historical events here. Starting in 1664. The mixed-race queen, 1761. 1883, Supreme Court rules against the Tony Pace and Mary Cox. 1909, back when they used to have super jetliners flying the sky just to make sure that couples could enter race mix. But they didn't, just so you know. 1948, the British government tries to block a marriage between an African prince and Ruth Williams, an English clerk. 1951, Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz become the TV's first inter-ethnic couple. 1959, Aboriginal girlfriend and white drover causes international outcry. 1962, a kiss is never just a kiss. British television offers the world the first recorded interracial kiss on You in Your Corner between a black man and a white woman. Oh, of course it was a black man and a white woman. 1967, Supreme Court finally deems anti-miscegenation laws unconstitutional. While folks of different races are free to marry, social stigmas remain rampant for decades. And it looks to be a black male hand with a female white hand. 1968. There's nothing fictional about this breakthrough moment. Captain Kirk and Lieutenant Uhura share the first interracial kiss on American television. 1985. The ban on marriage between people of different ethnic backgrounds is lifted in South Africa. Suzanne Leclerc and Protas Madlala are the first to marry, but still cannot legally live together. Oh, another black man and white woman. 1991, interracial marriages hit an all-time high in the States. New York Times reports a record of 200,000 black-white marriages in 1990. 2000. Alabama couldn't hold out forever. In 2000, the Heart of Dixie becomes the last state to legalize interracial marriage. 2010, Toronto makes headlines becoming the mixed-race marriage capital of Canada. 2014, thanks to an interracial friendship that couldn't be separated, Wilcox City, Georgia, hosts its first integrated prom after a trio of friends organized numerous fundraisers. 2017, breaking news, the Technology Review reports on the first evidence linking online dating to the rise of interracial marriages. 2018, Tinder petitions for interracial couple emojis so all types of couples will be visually represented on their keyboards. If you haven't already, sign our petition on change.org to help bring interracial couple emojis to life. And we can all have black men and white women on our keyboards. So when I got this email, because I'm single, so I am a member of, or was a member of a bunch of these dating things. So I still sometimes get these emails, but this one deserves a special video. So we'll continue. Tinder CEO proves he is a douchebag. Sean Rad. Just look at that face. Now this guy is no longer the CEO of Tinder, but he was. So we'll start with him. Sean Rad steps down from Tinder CEO role and launches Swipe Ventures. Look at that face. Doesn't it remind us of something? Match Chairman. Tinder CEO story unfortunate. Match Group Chairman Gregory Blatt condemned a not-so-flattering article about Tinder CEO Sean Rad. Basically, Sean Rad came out when they did the IPO for Tinder and said a bunch of comments. He confused sodomy with sapiosexual, which means sexual attraction to someone's intelligence. And so the guy doesn't even know the difference between sodomy and sapiosexual. But basically he's just obsessed with sodomy. So it's always on his mind. He blurted it out. He can't help it. Look at that face, huh? Now, the company that owns Tinder is IAC. IAC. Interactive Corp. American Holding Company. Headquartered in New York City. Joey Levin, who previously led the company's search and application segment, has been the company's chief executive officer since 2015. Predecessor of the company was Silver King. Key people: Barry Diller and Joey Levin. So let me show you this company. They own Black People Meet, Chemistry.com, Delightful, Match.com, OkCupid, Tinder, Plenty of Fish, Twoo. So they own the bulk of all online dating in America and the world. They also own Vimeo, The Daily Beast, Investopedia, Dictionary, Ask.com. And I believe that this is not even an accurate list. They also own About.com, if I'm not mistaken. So let me show you these people who own this company. Give you a little look. Joey Levin. We know what family the Levins come from. Barry Diller. Let's look at Barry Diller. Look at this guy. Oh, he was born into a Jewish household. Victor Kaufman. You know where that comes from. Chelsea Clinton. Yes, the Chelsea Clinton. Edgar Bronfman. Jewish families. Oh. Michael Eisner. Jewish family. Bonnie Hammer, Prince Alexander von Fürstenberg. Brian Lord. David Rosenblatt. Alan Spoon. Richard Zanino. Look at these people. Born into Jewish family. I mean, you could tell just by looking. Do you really have to even go to the Wikipedia article? So now you know about who's behind all these dating companies. They're of the tribe, the Jewish tribe. Match Group CEO wins tax case by arguing his heart was in Texas with his dog. So Greg Blatt dodges $400,000 because he supposedly lived in Texas even though he's a New Yorker. The CEO of Tinder owner Match says Facebook isn't a threat because dating's not a one-size-fits-all market. That's because they put in Mindy Ginsburg. Match Group, remember Match Group is IAC. IAC. That's what Match Group is. names Mandy Ginsburg to succeed Greg Blatt. August 1st, 2017. IAC Chairman and Senior Executive Barry Diller, who I showed you earlier, said Greg Blatt has been a senior executive in the IAC group of companies for 14 years, starting as general counsel, serving as a key player throughout. Match Group CEO and Tinder, why it's more than a hookup app. And here is Match Group CEO Mandy Ginsburg. I'm not even going to bother to show you the wiki. The current CEO is Eli Seidman. Replacing Greg Blatt in January 2018. So he was part of OkCupid, which is also all owned by the same parent company. And he's been now in charge of Tinder, because this thing is kind of a Tinder video here. Dating site, OkCupid kicks out white supremacist? There is no room for hate. CEO Eli Seidman gave a statement to Gizmodo saying, OkCupid has zero tolerance for racism. We make a lot of decisions every day that are tough. Banning Christopher Cantwell was not one of them. So, Mr. Seidman, he says that white supremacists are not allowed to have to date. I wonder how he feels about Jewish supremacists. Oh, Seidman. Type in Seidman's surname, first thing that pops up is Jewish surnames. Oh. Could have never have guessed. It looks like he might be going to Walmart. Chief Marketing Officer. So it looks like he's going straight to Walmart, folks. Watch out at Walmart. So yes. That sound pretty much represents the names of all these people. So when you're dating and when you know who's in control of the American dating and European dating program, remember that these are the people who control our reproduction now. So think about it. Do something about it. Thank you for listening. This is the White Scorpio.